Unlocking cars in Asphalt Legend Unite is not an easy process. After playing the game since 2020, I myself will affirm this fact. Let's be real, we all in our journey in the game expect the developers to just ditch the spending money agenda behind the event and make an event so much good that it gets us unlock all of the cars and we would be playing the game happily ever after. Feel free to disagree with me here, but after getting all of the cars for free, there is a pretty good chance that you will get bored and quit playing the game because you got all of the cars so much easily. Now you all will still disagree with the notion, but it is a fact that if we get anything too easily, we don't really value it. This happens with everything in life. But before we proceed in the video too much further, let me ask you one funny question. Do you play the game like Christopher Gardner from Pursuit of Happiness, or do you play the game like Batman of DC Universe, who just happens to buy everything like
I bought the bank.
Let me know who's the Batman here or who is the Christopher Gardners like me. For all of these Christopher Gardner folks aka free-to-play players, this video is for you. I would make few things clear. What I am here to tell you is not a shortcut to the game. It's not any method that would give you all of the cars overnight. It will require you to be patient and consistent, and how much patience we are talking about, we will discuss it along the way. Big thumbs up to Furum Films, by the way. I learned how to be patient from the way he plays the game, and I noticed one big difference. That when you spend money on the game and makes like you have to get every single car in the game, you make yourself stressed out about it. Because not every car would be easy to get and definitely not cheap. So, as a free-to-play player, what do you have in Asphalt Legend Unite? Basically the same game that every Batman has to play, but you are either unable to spend money on the game or don't want to spend money on the game. Either way, you have career, daily events, multiplayer and special event. So 4 things, and they are divided into subcategories, so we will discuss those. Alongside of our discussion, we will also discuss what I do in the game, like what is my strategy, and I will also be mentioning what you can do further, because you don't necessarily have to follow my blueprint. Footprint. My dirty mind drifted away from the topic a little. Career. So first up, career. What do you have here? Basically a bunch of free races that would give you blueprints, epics, credits and token reward as you go further and further, like completing missions and everything. Now one thing a lot of genius players misconceived is that you won't be able to play Asphalt Legend Unite simply on career. The game will eventually push you out of that zone, and another side note, don't expect that you can grow a YouTube channel by uploading the gameplay of career. Harsh truth, but you uploaded a career race on YouTube that got you 10 views. Why? Because millions of players who downloaded the game are already doing the same thing in the game. And no one is looking for your, let's say, guide video. If you are a beginner on YouTube, you will have to add more value for the viewer to get discovered. Because people don't know who you are and people don't care who you are. So I mentioned that the game will push you out of the career zone. How so? Well, by putting 2 types of restrictions on you. One, they will put a specific car for you to race with. You will not be able to escape this condition all the time. Like, can you believe it? In 2020, I got stuck with the Chevrolet Camaro ZL 150th edition because I did not have the car. The second way they will restrict you is that they will apply a recommended rank to the car. Again, you won't be able to escape this condition all the time. So what's happening? You are not stuck. The game is passively asking you to get out and play other events they have developed for you. So where will you go next? Daily event. It's the daily event section where you will be bombarded with approximately 12 events, and the plot twist, they all will be going simultaneously. If you just sit down and check peacefully every event, you will realize that there are different types of events here. Some will happen daily, like daily car loot, credit heist and weekly cup that goes for 6 days featuring cars from all the classes. Some will last for 2 days like Rizwani, Cadillac, Egoista and Tryon cups. Some last for the week like car hunts and key hunts. Some will last for a random amount of days. How long? Well, game will decide that. It could be any seasonal days like weather or specific occasion related, special days like independence or anniversary related, and unleash. Again, how long they will last, game will decide it, and the reward that goes with them. Here's what you can do is to absolutely make sure to play the credit heist, daily car loot and weekly cup for cars. They will start building up your collection. If you are a true beginner, there is no chance that you will have the required cars for the random daily event unless they are free try. But make sure to check if you can play them and presumably manage to succeed. These random events contain few chunks of tokens, so make sure to check them and collect the reward. If you have a good D-Class car max like Lotus Elise Sprint or DSE 10s, then try to play the D-Class Weekly Cup as well. It contains 60 tokens for you to collect, and it will also give you a few blueprints and import parts reward. For the exclusive cups of Rizwani, Cadillac, Egoista and Tryon, well, they are basically free cars to collect if you have the required cars for these events. These events will separately happen every week, and each event will last for 2 days. So your consistent process of getting blueprints will be initiated. Next here we have Elite Cups. They happen from C to S classes. I don't know why they don't do with the D class, like just trim the duration of every other Elite event and make a D class Elite Cup, which requires you to have the useless which requires you to have the useless Aston Martin Vantage V12 2022 at max. Suggest the remaining cars for this new hypothetical event. Now don't say that weekly car features D-class car, because 60 token next to the 100 plus potential token that you can get with one car in C-class Elite are just half, and it is abysmal in my opinion. But back to Elite Cup, these events will be comprised of 95% overrank car and 5% of the car that are sitting in that bracket on merit. But worry no more, they soon will be kicked out from the event, because game law definition to see a king is rank. And if you have the car that belongs to the merit creator, depending upon your star count, you will be able to get a good chunk of tokens. Car hunts and key hunts. Here I have two advices for you. One is never waste your tokens on key or car hunt packs randomly, you may end up wasting them all. In the beginning, save as much as you can and spend tokens wisely. Second is, keep in mind the grind will be colossal unless they are willing to give you blueprints quickly. In car hunts, you will be able to do 5 races every 1 hour and 30 minutes if you choose not to spend tokens on ticket refill. Else still, you may encounter the position where you will do 30, 40, even 50 races and will get 1 blueprint. You may call out that this is useless event if they are requiring this much of a grind. Well, car hunts had never been like that. It is just game law who created the problem in the game and then sell the solution in the form of daily event pass. What is daily event pass? Well, your way to buy better drop rates in the car hunt. If you don't buy it, you will be at mercy of game law, and they have the right to bestow you with good drop rates if they want to. You can kinda see the whole equation here. If drop rates are meant to be good, then you don't need to buy the daily event pass, and plot twist, the drop rates will still be bad even if you plugged up the courage and bought the daily event pass. But for both key and car hunts, I have a simple no-brainer strategy for you. It is not a free strategy, it will still require you to have a given car at decent star count, but if you have that, you can save yourself from a lot of headaches just by collecting the guaranteed blueprints from every single hunt. This trick has helped me unlock multiple cars just because I was consistent and making sure to collect them with every single hunt. Next up is the overclock event. Make sure to play this event and get a bunch of overclocking chips, you will need them. After that, we have Legend Pass Showcase event. I have a good use for this event. If you need reps for the clubs and have plenty of time on your hand, then make sure to play this event over and over. Because with the max free track car, it gives you 3 times the rep point for a normal race, which is plenty to think about. And then we have Season Showcase event. You will get tokens from this event if you have the required cars, both new and old ones. Last but not least, we have Unleash event. There are 2 types of Unleash event. One that revolve around giving blueprints of the car like Faraday event, and other that revolve around giving tokens, blueprints, epic and key of the car. Example are F1M or Tech Rule 1896 Unleash event. Now Unleash event, weekly cups, exclusive cup and car hunts combined are the event which will give you few blueprints every single day and chunk of blueprints if you look at the whole week. And make sure to collect as many tokens as you can from the daily event section. Next up we have multiplayer. Well, there used to be 3 series, but now they have changed it, but each series and league used to have different sorts of reward. And the same was in MP2 season. If you play multiplayer, you will get good chunks of blueprints and tokens as well, so make sure to go as far as you can and test your limit in this series. Special events. Special events are not easy escape to get cars, especially new ones. The exclusivity of a special event depends upon game love, as you can see that we just have the release of Yesco Absolute. Even though the car is exclusive, but it's a fake king nonetheless. How many of the special event will you be able to follow through? I do not know, but try not to miss the Starway and Special Hunt. Special Hunts, even though they are grindy, but can give you the resources to gold the car and unlock it, and Special Hunts are the event where spending tokens on ticket refills is actually useful. The Return of Ultima RS Special Hunt is a great example of it, epic drop rates and all. Starway, even though they are easy, but the problem where most people stuck is acquiring all the cars. Like I mentioned in the daily event, you can find blueprints of the car there, and about the rest, I will tell you later. The other special event that we can mention here is the Grand Prix, but I don't play the Grand Prix since their timing does not fit well within my workspace, but with sandbagging you can unlock the car. But it will depend upon your luck. What is sandbagging? Well, practice the round and then in the final round before tearing, wreck to lower your qualifying time. Here for the sandbagging, don't rely solely on my information because I never managed to succeed in this method. But the purpose is to lower your time so that you can get into low tiers. At this point, I would love to mention about Drive Syndicate, but they have now been made impossible to progress further without spending money. So not for Christopher Gardners like us, only for Bruce Waynes.
I'm rich.
We have covered the basic of all the events. Now let's come to the store. The Legend Store and the Clash Store. Let's discuss the Legend Store. Here you will be given 6 different things to buy. It could be blueprints or could be common epic import parts, and alongside of these two there will be 1 epic and 1 blueprint for trade coins to buy. Now look at your garage level and start investing in buying 1 or 2 blueprints of any 2 cars each time whenever they showed up. Keep doing this till you max them out. Once you max them out, start chasing another car. Never spend token on a single blueprint here, no matter how much dearly you need it. Let's come to the Clash Store. Here there are fewer options. Depending upon your Clash coin and tokens, you can either start investing in all the cars by buying 1 blueprints each week, or you can just buy a bunch of blueprints with both Clash coins and Clash tokens and max any given car. Totally up to you. I invested like that and I managed to max electric car, Ferrari F40 and Yesco. That remains with the McLaren and Agera. Here do not spend your currency on 918 and Apollo N. Max them out from the Legend Store. Here are a few things that you should consider. Always keep a stack of 10,000 to 20,000 tokens with you and many to take it to 30,000 to 40,000. Packs like Burst of Speed can cost you 60,000 to 80,000 tokens, so proceed with them with caution. Make sure to check reviews on the car on the internet that are featured in the multi-pack before you spend tokens on them. If a car is old, never consider it worthless because cars like Yesco, even though it is 4 years into the game, can still manage to keep on its own in the multiplayer. If you could not find any review on the internet, ask your clubmates about the car and discuss whether you should spend tokens on it or not. You can also reach out to me by mentioning me in the comment section, and if you insist, I will also put your request in the community tab for more results. Do not spend your tokens on epic card packs. Reward randomization will mess you up and you will end up having nothing. At this point, you probably asked that I did not mention where you should spend your tokens, which I advise you not to waste. Well, on the card pack which features good cards. Again, consult with someone before you dump your tokens, otherwise you will be back at where you started. Finally, remember, when you start collecting blueprints from the given method and spending tokens on card packs like I mentioned, you will end up unlocking more cars the free way. Don't worry, you will still mess up, but I can guarantee that after knowing all this, you will make less mistakes. One benefit of being a free-to-play player is that no matter how much the trash of a car is, you don't need to be bothered, and the car they are overselling now will lose its relevance and exclusivity. A real player never pays for the car, he pays just to have them at the moment of their release. Whether the cars turn out to be useful or useless, that's a fate. Now when you are out there maxing out cars, in order to gold them you will need to buy epics. Well, in this video I have explained the best possible strategy for you to find epics and also where to find them. So make sure to check it out to max your outcomes.